Thank you very much for the prayers. So maybe the next thing we will move on to introduce ourselves. And actually, this is the panel for water, energy, forestry, and natural resources. And before we move to the side of introduction, you need to be taken through a note by our council. Then we do introduction, then we move on from there. So, Council Karibu.
I, Benard, Chepkwony, do swear that everything I shall say before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. Now we will move on with the introduction. Maybe Benard, before you is actually the Committee on Water, Energy, Environment, Forestry, and Natural Resources. And before you, maybe these are our members. I'm Philip Rono, MCA representing Kamasha and Ward. In the County Assembly, we have two. This committee is divided into two, so we will be co-chairing together with my colleague, who is going to introduce ourselves in a short while. So I'm Philip Rono, MCA representing Kamashan, and the chair of this committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm Nancy Pineta, representing the people of the Sonic Ward, and I'm the chair Environment, Energy, Forestry, and Natural Resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Alex Sangbe. I represent the people of Litain Ward, member for Water Committee. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm Daniel Kiborengetich, representing people of Waldai. I'm a member of this committee. Morning.
Morning.
I'm Honorable Humphrey, representing the people of Kapusa and the committee member.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable Betty Koye. I am a member, Vice Chair Environment, and you are welcome.
Thank you.
And the chair, let the chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's have introduction from our secretariat on the other end. Maybe Honorable member who has just arrived.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Lilian Yano from Kiki.
Good afternoon. I'm Chepkwony Benard, researcher.
Thank you, Jama. I'm Liston Kimito, answer.
Poet Patricia Legal.
Justice Martin, second account.
Member Water.
Thank you very much for that brief introduction. Let me now take this opportunity to give you on your side to introduce yourself. Who is Benard?
Yeah. Thank you very much, honorable members. My name's Benard Chepkwony, and I'm currently working in Nyamira County and Kisii County as a WASH governance specialist and county coordinator. Thank you.
I think that one is very shallow. Benard, who is this Benard?
Yeah, so actually, I'm currently working in those counties like I've stated. Actually, I was born way back in 1983, and I'm a resident of Kericho County, Chepkwony Ward. Um, in my years of experience, actually I've once worked within the county. I did my education in Kapsabet Boys, where I graduated and joined Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology to pursue civil engineering. When I got out, I got an opportunity to get an employment with the Chepkwony Water and Sanitation Company. Yeah, while working there, I did got an opportunity also to work for Japanese company called Nippon Koe, and I was working in rehabilitation of Kapsabet Water and Sanitation Project. From there, I joined Kericho Water and Sanitation Company as a technical manager, where I worked there for 3 years, full years, before I got an opportunity to join BIZ to support Gusii Water and Sanitation in preparation for KFW project. So I worked there for almost 6 months, and I got an opportunity to join Naivasha Water to work as technical manager. And from there, I joined a USAID funded project to work as a wash governance specialist, where I was working with the county government of Nyamira and Kisii. Thank you so much.
Maybe Bwana Chepkwony, on your side of introduction, maybe you see, when you see around, we have different people from different sex. Are you married, or you are still a bachelor like some of us?
No, I'm actually married.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm married, and I'm a Christian, and I normally attend my services in Akoi APC.
Thank you very much. Maybe my colleague, maybe on the issue of introduction, I think the candidate, or actually our nominee, we are moving to the next step after introduction. Which is now maybe Benard, from your introduction, you've just mentioned in brief.
Yes.
Maybe I think you need to forward your documents forward before, or you actually hand over to our legal member for our own perusal. Maybe she will notify us in case there is anything. You have a copy of national identity card with you?
Yes, I have everything inside.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now,
thank you.
Mr. Chepkwony, I need to take you on the work experience actually.
Yes.
And I know you are the author of your own CV, which we are in copy of. Now, can you take us through actually your work experience, how you've worked, how did you start it immediately after campus? You take us through.
Okay.
And actually, can you detail the work you used to do, the positions in which you hold in various companies or in various institutions that you stated in your CV?
Thank you so much, Honorable Member and Chair. Yeah, through the Chair, I think I'll take you through my work experience. This is another opportunity to still introduce myself and what I've been doing on my over 10 years experience in water sector. Yeah, I was in Jomo Kenyatta, where initially I did even my training in roads. But then when I graduated, that is back in the year 2008, 2007, I landed myself in Chemasit Water as a technical manager. This is the year when water reforms sector had just begun, and I worked in Chemasit as technical manager, where I was in charge of technical department, which is actually charged in collecting, treating water, and distributing to the customers. And at the same time, Chemasit actually never had a sewerage system, so we only dealt with collection from the river, treating, and distribution. In the department also, I was charged with creating the strategy for the company, especially in reduction of non-revenue water, doing also the policies, and ensuring that we supervise small civil works that were being undertaken by the company. Also, I was charged with developing the staff within the department, and also ensuring that they are appraised and forwarding their reports to the human resource manager.
Maybe allow me to interrupt you a little bit. This Chemasit Water and Sanitation Company Limited, it is abbreviated actually Chemawasco Limited. Where is it operating? In which county?
Yeah. So Chemawasco was a rural-based water service provider, and it was operating both in Bomet County and in Kericho County. So in Bomet County, we used to operate even the water supplies that were serving Bomet town. We were also serving Kapkatet, Litein areas, and coming to Kericho County, we were going to Kipkelion water supply, Londiani, Fortenan. So we were operating in those areas.
Was it pumping schemes or gravity schemes?
These were, some of them were gravity, some of them were electricity. So actually that was the biggest challenge that we had at that time, was paying for electricity bill, at the same time trying to pay for human resource that has worked. So we really struggled, and we ensured that during that period the company was self-sustainable, and it was executing its mandate sustainably. Thank you.
According to you, do you think the water projects that you used to run under Moscow are still there? What was their sustainability and durability of the projects you initiated under Chemawasco?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe the infrastructure is still there. People might have changed, managers might have changed, but then the infrastructure is still there. Though with the devolution that happened, one of the biggest water production facility, that is Zitare, was taken to Bomet County during devolution by nature of it being in a geographical location belonging to Bomet County. So maybe that is what we've lost. And I think also Chebangang, yeah, something like that we used to operate, though it had a lot of conflicts.
As a committee, actually, we are in receipt of various complaints from Litein, Kapkatet, and those areas that actually this Chemawasco was operating. What was the main challenges that you used to face that actually hinders the sustainability and the durability of the same project?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge that we had was very high non-revenue water. and challenges in revenue collection. So we also had a challenge of high electricity costs that was really an impediment to development. There was low connectivity, and actually we had no support, much support, because the county government were not there at that time. It was way back in 2007, and but we had Lake Victoria South Water Service Board who were assisting us in terms of capacity. So one of the challenges also that we had was capacity of the staff that needed to be developed so that they can manage these schemes. At that time, people were still not aware about the payment of water. People were still believing that water was a social commodity. And when water sector reforms came, it came with the issue of commercializing the companies. So then this water was changed to socio-economic good. People still had that challenge of paying for water, which needed a lot of sensitization. So those were the challenges, some of them. They could be more, but those were the major challenges.
What do you think is the solution now if actually this committee finds you suitable to the position you've just been nominated to? What do you think is the main solution of that challenges that you used to face? Because it is the same challenges we are facing now. It has been recurring over years. What do you think are the solutions?
I think I can start with the challenge of electricity. I think as a county we need to embrace best practices like use of renewable sources of energy. We can use maybe solar, we can use wind power, we can use hydro where it allows, where gravity allows. So any scheme that is a little bit small, then we can engage even partners to come and assist us in installing this solar system. That is on the part of energy. Also with the electricity.
Maybe as you move to the side of, you see these renewable sources also needs resources. And as we talk, and members can bear me witness, the very big challenge that we have at hand is actually the insufficient resources in the county government. That is not, and it has never been enough. What other methods will you think can actually solve the issue, given the fact that the resources here are limited, we don't have funds, and you want now to provide the same solution to those people, because we also want those people to enjoy the best from the county government. But actually the very big challenge in the county government is the lack of resources. What do you think, what else do you think can be actually the solution to the same problems?
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. I was actually coming to that in form of explaining the challenges and the solutions that we ought to apply. So like for example, when I was talking about electricity, if we decide to use solar energy, that means we will stop paying for electricity. And that means if there is anything that we can cost save, then we can have financial institutions or partners from outside coming to install, and then we can pay slowly as we retain the infrastructure. That is number one. Number two is if we work on the governance of our institutions and ensure that we avoid loss of revenues, then I think we can save a bigger percentage by just working on the governance and strengthening our institutions. We can also do capacity buildings of the staff that we have and ensuring that they are properly trained. So this means we need to put up a program to ensure that our staff are well trained and are well motivated. There is also, in water sector, we have several players like WASREP. So that means they are charged with regulation. And for example, in urban water, then we can get a sustainable tariff application to ensure that this water is sustainable. And majorly, we reduce on non-revenue water. And above all, is we do what we call preventative operations and maintenance program for our assets. Thank you.
Maybe because of issues of time, Michael, let us continue. Maybe you continue taking us through your CV after now. This Jemawasco, you just take us through the CV.
Correct.
Then we will be writing our own questions.
Yeah.
Then we will channel it to you later.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me also, as you know that we are interviewing you on two sectors, water and environment.
Thank you.
That is to do with waste management. Yeah. And you know, in our Kericho County, we've been having a lot of problems in collection of waste. Yeah. Can you take us through now on education, training, which is now relevant to the position you are being interviewed in? You tell us the university you attended. Yeah. And indicate to us in respect to maybe each the date you attended, the academic awards you have obtained, and maybe any other thing which will assist us if we know you now. How are you going to assist us in water and waste management in relevant to your education background?
Thank you so much, Chair Environment. I can talk about major education. 1998 to 2001, I was doing high school education in Kapsabet Boys. From 2003, that is from April 2003 to July 2007, I was doing my Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, that is in Jomo Kenyatta. In 2011 to 2012, I was doing postgraduate in corporate governance. I've had several other trainings, short trainings, several of them indeed, ranging from water safety planning based on Iowa guidelines. I've done public procurement that was facilitated by GIZ. I've done contract management facilitated by IK, Institution of Kenyan Engineers. And I've done AutoCAD. These are design softwares and drawing softwares at KCT in Nairobi. So those are some of the few trainings that I've done. But yeah, apart from that, we've done code of ethics training while working with USAID. So all those things I think will assist in ensuring that I support Kericho County.
Thank you very much. As a rejoinder, you know that there's a problem in garbage collection in the entire Kericho County.
Yeah.
Please explain to us, if you now come in, what measures are you going to bring so that we have our Kericho County being clean?
Yeah.
As it's a clean town, Now it's not clean. We have a lot of garbage.
Yes.
So as we are employ you now, because I'm the chair environment, How are you going to make our environment clean in relation to the education background you have?
Thank you very much, Chair. Back while I was doing my campus degree, we did what we call integrated water resource management, and also we did integrated solid waste management. So actually, the challenges that we are facing in Kericho County is part of it is due to lack of integration and lack of involvement of various key players. So I'll come and implement that best practice of having integrated solid waste management. Now, explaining further is in Kericho County, we are faced with so many challenges. Our town is a little bit dirty, and we have a challenge of managing our waste. So what we will do is, first of all, we will come and look at the policies and legislations that we have. Does it allow for a good environment for these activities to take place? If there are gaps, then we'll come and relook at the policies and legislation. That is number one. Number two is to encourage waste reduction at the source. If we manage to solve it at the source, then I bet we will have almost solved most of the problems. So at the source, we will implement collection, and at the same time, we will separate this waste into organic, those ones which we can reuse or we can recycle, and those ones which we can regenerate. That is number one. And this, we have several setups within the county, and we have different waste generators. So we will classify these users and ensure that we are collecting revenue from them. So when I come, we will do a billing software where we will bill these people and they pay for these services to ensure sustainability. So that is at the point of source. We will also sensitize these people to ensure that they comply with these bits of segregation and ensuring that the areas around them is clean. So for transportation case, in the department we'll make sure that we develop our staff, capacities of our staff, as well as capacities of various stakeholders who are participating, various actors like youth groups, private people, to ensure that they are able to do this work professionally. So for transportation, we'll make sure that we have good vehicles, leave alone these open tippers that we have, good vehicles that will not allow rubbish to spill out during transportation.
Thank you. Maybe.
And I'm heading to the dump site. At the dump site, we will encourage use of technologies and ensure that we do recycling, regeneration, and even explore the use of solar system in treating this waste, so that as it goes to the landfill, we have very little that is going there. At the same time, it is not going to pollute the water bodies that we have around in case of a lot of rains. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Benard. Maybe to ask you if you are a member of any professional body within the country and maybe outside the country.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a member of ERB. This is the Engineering Registration Board. I'm also a member of IEK. IEK,
IK.
Yeah.
Do you have maybe any certification that shows you are a member?
Yes, they are in the document.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, continue.
I continue with the...
You are a member of only those two bodies?
Yes, I'm a member. Those are the professional bodies that are available.
Yes.
And with regard to my profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you authored any article, any book?
Yes, I've done, but not published. I've done success stories within the organization that I work for. I've also participated in development of policies and bills.
Any pro bono work that you've done within your area? And you are very lucky, I know I have just seen the member representing the great people of Seretu Cheptororiet ward is actually in attendance. Do you normally attend to charity works and pro bono works within maybe your area, within your sub-county and even within the county or even beyond?
Yes, Your Honor. My area MCA can attest. I do a lot of charity works. I attend Arambes and contribute to those less fortunate. I also have kids that I'm seeing them through the education. And back in my church, I also contribute a lot. And at one point, I sacrificed my car for my pastor in the church, so that he can be able to reach to many works that he was doing and to reach to many people in terms of having them submit themselves to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much. I think I should also introduce you to my pastor next time. Let me take this opportunity to invite Madam Grace Petty-Koech to take us in the next set of session.
Thank you very much, Chair. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this panel.
Thank you.
I'm happy I've been listening to all you have been explaining. And actually the question, the first question that we were going to tackle was you have answered up to some point. Maybe only might say, I'll only ask you the relevance. Maybe to say to this panel how the relevance between, because you did civil engineering.
Yes.
And now we are vetting you for the Department of Water, Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources.
Yeah.
Which department do you think you could have been more comfortable? After vetting, in case you succeed today, are you going to request to be moved or you will continue working here?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think first of all, I want to state that I have a lot of passion in water sector. And the fact that I did civil engineering, which I could have gone and worked out for roads or structures, building houses, but then God made sure that I'm in water sector so that I can continue contributing to the work. So with all this experience that I have, I believe I can contribute a lot in terms of water, because I understand the environment that you are working in, Thank you. I understand the water sector very well, and I understand our county at least to some percentage, and I understand the challenges the water sector have been facing, and I've been that part of the team trying to have a solution. With the extensive trainings and extensive mentoring that I've received from various stakeholders, from partners, from those people who are working at the national body, and from the county CCs that we've worked together before, CEOs, chief officers that we've worked together, and the directors, and even the governor for Nyamira County. They have really mentored me, and I really feel that I can perform well. But in the event that the governor will decide that I need to move to another department, still at this level of chief officer, it's more of managerial. And I will be having professionals around me. And when you are there, I think I just need to show leadership qualities and allow the best person and the specialist in various environments to lead us at different points. So I'm ready for any department. I believe I can sail anywhere. My flexibility allows me for that.
Thank you very much, Benard. As you were answering this question on issues on environment, garbage collection, you mentioned the issue of sensitizing the users of the users of the waste
Generators.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now my question to you is, how are you going to do this?
Yes, I think first of all, I'll be doing this a lot in consultation with the MCS, because they are the people who know where the problems of these people pinches. So maybe for town here, I can work with the MCA from town. Of course, I'm responsible to the committee in ensuring that I reach out to the various actors, community-based organizations, there are youths, there's Nyumba Kumi. So I'll do this through these actors in sensitizing them and building capacity. I will also try to source for funding, donors. We get partners on board who will spur and have who will assist us in maybe bringing in private investors, of which these people will want this partnership with the community. So I've had experience working with communities, especially when it comes to waters, and ensuring that they buy in the ownership. And by doing even this, I think we will be fostering Article 69 of the Kenyan Constitution for public participation.
My last question.
Yeah.
Here in town.
Yes.
We have got a challenge, and I know you have heard because it has been in the social media. We have got a private developer. And now, as he came in to prepare, he wants to set up the gas, whatever. You have heard the outcry of the community. The land belongs to this private developer, he has a right.
Yes.
The community also are crying because you are my neighbor and whatever and whatever.
Yeah.
One, in case today, because that is part of environmental issues, how are you going to handle that? And along with that, we have also another issue, along rice cement. I hope you are aware on your way to Kisumu.
Yeah.
And from that part even, there has been issues to an extent of women crying because of the effort that
that they are generating.
Yes, the issues that are coming, the environment of that area is polluted now.
Yeah.
It has affected families. It has affected, and it is still going on affecting people. So kindly, please, maybe in privilege, tell this panel how you are going to resolve the two issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I think according to our constitution, Article 43, all people have a human right to living healthy and healthy environment and clean, safe environment, and of course clean sanitation. Looking at those challenges, I think we have NEMA in place, and we also have, I believe we have a county environmental committee. So we are supposed to work together with NEMA to promote the activities of NEMA, which is charged actually to enforcing these standards and ensuring that pollution is minimized and ensuring that audit is carried out on the activities of these investors so that necessary measures are taken. So we will ensure that there's a cry, yes. Now we will have to engage the communities around which are aggrieved, yeah, and at least explain to them on the necessary measures that is being undertaken, and of course the company will be compelled to change the technology. If there have been emitting a lot of dust, then we will have an environmental plan, a plan on how this can be mitigated. So it's just a matter of working together within the county and ensuring that processes are audited, are audited and necessary measures taken to curb and mitigate on anything that might happen that can degrade our environment and or that can affect the health of our people within the county. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bernard, for your response. Maybe before we take another set of questions from Honorable Alex Pate, maybe because I have seen in your CV, you actually worked for this GIZ,
yes.
And I know when the GIZ actually helped Kericho County one day or a time to develop what we call a GIZ water master plan for the Kericho County, which they decide that actually some areas have a lot of groundwater, some areas have a lot of the gravity water, and they gave out the advice on how Kericho is going to be sustained. Maybe my question is, were you part of the members who actually developed this GIZ Kericho master plan?
Yeah.
Or you just ended the GIZ when they had already developed the GIZ master plan for Kericho County?
Yeah, thank you. I think I worked with GIZ in Kericho, but of course there was that, before I left, there was already that idea of developing a master plan, which we had already floated to the donor. So I was not part of the people who developed the master plan, but I was part of the people who were giving out the idea for implementation. Had I been still here in Kericho at that point, I would have been part of that team.
Thank you, Bernard. Let me now give this opportunity to Honorable Alex Pate
thank you, Chair. And once again, congratulations, Benard, for being nominated to this position. Benard.
Yes.
I know you've been working and you are still working.
Yeah.
In your in the place of work where you are right now. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other commitment which may hinder you if you are given this position as the chief officer? I mean, do you have any other service commitment which, according to you, you may feel you may disclose to this committee?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I don't have any other thing apart from the work that I do. So, and I think, I believe with your approval, I will be ready to come and work without any impediments or any conflicts of interest or any other activities that might disturb me. And one thing, the reason why I've been working only is so that I can give a lot of commitment and attention to what we're doing and at least give the best results.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What are your sources of income? Can you list them to us?
Thank you. My sources of income is employment.
Especially up to that accounting period before now, the position that you are being interviewed for.
Yeah.
Can you list them, the sources of income that you have?
Yeah. My sources of income is employment. I'm paid salary for working, and I do a little bit of farming. I think those are my main sources of income.
You don't have registered companies under your name?
There was one, but I resigned long time ago.
Okay.
Yes. So at this point, I have no other company that I'm associated with.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your net worth?
In terms of Kenya shillings?
Yes.
Maybe 5 to 10 million. Yeah.
5 to 10 million.
Yeah.
No. 5 to 10 million. That cap is too big. You could have said maybe 8.
Yeah, let's say if I value land and I value my car and my house, that is around 8 million.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not past 10 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. In your CV,
yeah.
I think you've worked with Kewasco.
Yes.
Before. That's between 2007 and 2013, I think. And you're also aware of the financial status of Kewasco.
Yeah.
If you have been following the current affairs as far as water sector is concerned, now that you are coming in as the chief officer, I believe you will be in charge of things in Kericho. What are some of the measures that you will put in place to improve on the revenue collection?
Thank you. I think if I come in, I think I will be associated with Kewasco by virtue of shareholding. And we have a responsibility as county to ensure that Kewasco is sustainable. So focusing on the revenue collection, I think first of all, I think we will work on performance contracting. I'll advise my CC that the board, the company signs performance contract so that we give them targets, and if they don't meet the targets, I think we can summon them and have them explain. That is number one. Number two, we will develop programs, performance improvement programs, to ensure that they are reducing on the losses, non-revenue water, and improving on revenues. This is by curbing illegal connections. So when we come, we will embark on doing a water and sanitation policy and bills that will give power. Once enacted, I think then it can be enforced. All the illegal connections, I think they will be prosecuted so that they learn that stealing and pilferages, stealing from the company is bad. So that is one of the things. Number two is we will encourage innovations and ensure that they are doing best practices, things like using energy efficient pumps so that they can save. They explore technologies that are available. This means for them to achieve customer experience, then they have to explore the use of good softwares in place to allow accurate billing. And above all is the human resource capacity. We need to have very qualified managers who are protected within the terms so that they don't fear implementing some of the policies that we want them to implement. And Kewasco being a company owned by the county, then we will want them to subscribe to governance for values. So we will just come and strengthen the company and ensure that we give them an ample environment to ensure that they undertake their activities. They already have a lot in the disposition, and these assets, they just need to manage them well. And as in consultation with the county assembly committee, then we will always have auditing, independent auditing of the company to ensure that some of the processes or what they are not doing, the gaps are identified, and then we take the necessary measures as government. Another thing is the company will become sustainable when we have many connections, many customers. So when I come, we will focus on the pending projects. In consultation with the MCS, we have the project, KFW project, that was meant for expansion and more customers to come on board. We also have, I think, a project that the county government is doing in Litain, which is gravity-based. So this, if we have enough sources of water and we are sending this water to the customers, then there will be more revenues on board.
Thank you. Yeah. Maybe last but not least, I come from an area where we've had a perennial water problem. Yes. That's the Puret section, the lower side. Right now we are undertaking a project along Chemosit River. The project is expected maybe to reduce or even to maybe remove that water problem. Do you think, as an expert in water sector, do you think this project that we are doing right now will help us in your own assessment? Do you think what the county government is doing, especially the resources that we are putting right now, do you think it's going to help us alleviate that water problem in Puret? Thank you.
This in Chemosit River, yeah, of course design have been done. It will definitely assist in alleviating many problems. Water is one commodity that is required for development and many processes that we have from household to industry level. So the money that we are putting into, especially if the money that we are putting into this project is worth, and what is important is to ensure that we focus on finishing this project so that people can benefit. We have a mandate, one mandate as a county government in 4th schedule of serving people with clean, safe water. That is our responsibility. So if we have an infrastructure in place, then we can be able to have a well-built capacity staff to ensure that we do treat this water and ensure that people get clean, safe water.
Maybe, Benard, do you know the name of the project?
Yes, I think I know. It's called Chepkwony Water Project. Is it that one?
Very true.
Yeah, so that project is worth, especially the fact that it will be gravity based, because I believe when merging of Kewasco was done with Tililbe, the overall objective was to have a sustainable company in place where Kewasco, since it was making profit, will subsidize the less performing company and also assist in mentoring the staff of that company. Now the challenge came when during devolution, where we have we had our infrastructure taken. So if we complete that project, then we can just have our staff in place. The water will be by gravity, and there will be enough water, especially in Litain water, given that Litain is really growing economically. So I think that project is a good project that in consultation with the MCF for budget allocation purposes, then we really need to focus to ensure that we are supporting that project so that in future we will be remaining with money which could have subsidized the other side. So it is a good project, I can assure you.
Thank you, thank you. I think I'm done, Chairman.
Thank you very much. I think time is not on our side. We will try our level best to actually shorten, and maybe I'll ask our nominee to answer, or you be direct to the question so that we take the shortest time possible from now. Mheshimiwa from Waldai Ward, who also doubles up as the Vice Chairman for Water and Sanitation. Mr. Ngetich.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair and members of the committee. Congratulations, Mr. Chepkwony, for being nominated to this docket.
Thank you.
So my question, Mr. Chepkwony, is that you can explain how you would address any potential conflict of interest if it is going to arise.
Yeah. First of all, I can already say that there's nothing that can bring conflicts of interest as far as I'm concerned. And number two, I think all the applicable laws will be followed to ensure that and avoid possibilities of having conflicts of interest. But for now, I think I will make sure that I observe Article 10 and Article 232, principles of governance and values, So, and I think that is one of the reasons why chief officer is there, is to foster those values. So, like I said, I don't foresee anything that might bring conflicts of interest.
Okay, thank you very much. Another question is that, have you been charged in the court of law?
No, not at all.
As a follow-up question, I would like to ask another, that in Kericho we have so many rivers, we have so many springs, but our people does not even access to clean water. What could be the problem, unlike the rest of the counties that are dry and have no springs or have no rivers? What could be the immediate solution so that our people can access to clean water?
Yeah. One of the immediate thing is conservation of our available water resources. We need to involve people in conserving this resource through RUAS. That is number one. Number two is in consultation with the MCS, we do put more allocation towards water infrastructure so that we can develop more, and also we explore new technologies. Also, we need to put up policies that will spur partnership so that we create a good environment for many partners that can come and develop this infrastructure and ensure that this water is treated and is taken to the consumers. By doing this, I think we will be able to have these people access to clean water. Furthermore, we need to look at the sustainability of community projects that we have. So, given an opportunity, we have currently WASREP is implementing what we call rural water management guidelines. And one of the first things that we would come and do is to ensure that Kericho County is among those people, those counties that are participating.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairman. Let me now take this opportunity to give to Mheshimiwa Humphrey from Kapsusel.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Thank you again, Mr. Chepkwony, for being nominated. Welcome. My two questions.
Yes.
Did you apply for this position of CO, water, energy, environment, and natural resources?
Yes, sir. I did apply this position through County Public Service Board.
Okay. And the second question is about garbage collection, menace in all major towns in our county. Kindly explain to this committee if you are aware of the same and name the major centers worst hit by this problem.
Kindly come up again.
Kindly explain to this committee if you are aware of the same and name the major centers worst hit by this problem about the garbage menace.
Thank you. I think one of the major centers is Kapsoit Center. Another center is Kapsuser, and then there is Kabianga Market. There are many areas, all the urban setup areas, because of the dense population, is affected. There is Litein, there is Kapkatet. So, yeah, they have a challenge in garbage collection, and considering the distances that we have, very far. Our landfill is here. These centers are far much better from this area, which makes it expensive. So I was saying, when given an opportunity, we will implement integrated solid waste management, and more so, we will be focusing on reduction of what is generated. we will be encouraging recycling, we will be encouraging reuse, and we will have what we call decentralized waste management. We will deal with this problem at the source. And the plans that we have is to acquire land near to these places so that we have units that will deal with this solid waste management at the source, so that we save on transport costs.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last question.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to ask the policies and regulations. Say even one of them. Policies and regulations. That's one.
Yeah. For solid waste management or any.
Any.
Okay.
Or the two.
Yes.
Of
So
the garbage money.
Yeah. So the fact that we have NEMA, then they have policies which have been generated, and what we need to do as county government is to support them. We also have water and sanitation policies. So I think maybe we have one in Kericho County water and sanitation policy, and bills and laws that this house has passed. We also have a solid, maybe we have a Kericho solid waste management policy and its regulations. Yeah, I think those are the things that we have.
Okay.
Some of them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. From Kapsusi Ward, let me now invite the honorable member from Kapkatet Ward to also present his questions. Hillary.
Thank you so much.
I have only one question, which is a brief one.
Yeah.
Initially, before the other companies in Kericho County water bodies of operation, which we used to have in our Kericho County, there are a number of them.
Yeah.
And it has been merged into one, which is the WASCO.
Yes.
Do you know those companies, those water bodies?
Yes, I know.
Yes. Can you name them?
There was a Tilowasco,
yes.
Tilil Bay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think two were merged, and there was Chemosit Water.
Which one?
Chemosit Water transited to Tilil Bay Water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before Chemosit?
Before Chemosit, there was National Water and Conservation Company. Before Chemosit, it was National.
Then was later changed to Tilil Bay.
Yes.
Which later was merged to WASCO.
Yes.
Then my second question, Chepkwony.
Yeah.
What really will you do if now we give you a green light, the CEO water?
Yes.
What magic can you do so that as people operate, especially Kapkatet water and Litein, will be reconnected with water from the tank? Because as it now, this crisis.
Yes.
It has been regularly, there is regular disconnection of water due to non-payment of the bill.
Yes.
Water bill.
Yeah.
The power bill, I mean.
Yeah. So as we work towards completing the project, Kipkovo Water Project, then we will have a lot of negotiations with Bomet County, because they sell us water through in bulk. We will have a lot of negotiations with them, and as we wait for that project to be completed, then we can at least support the company with the subsidies first. But what the magic about this is to engage and in consultation with MCS, at least put a budget allocation to that project, and then we supervise and ensure that the contractor is within the timelines. Number 2 is to ensure that we sign performance contract with Kewasco, and we strengthen Kewasco to ensure that they are supplying water in a safe and efficient manner and sustainable manner, of which they have a lot of assets. What is important is to work on their governance and to ensure that they are generating a lot of revenue to ensure that we are paying for the water we are receiving on time. So they have that responsibility and that mandate. I think also, I think that is where we can support Kewasco to ensure that they are self-sustainable. There is also, with the bill, then we can sensitize Kewasco to have enforcement unit to ensure that these other areas is sustainable and there are no illegal connections. By doing that, they are improving the sustainability. There is also metering of the customers here. So if they have 100% metering, and there is one thing that Kewasco doesn't want to tell us, the meters that they are using have outlived the life. So I believe they are not accurate. So it's just we need to support them and ensure that we set targets for them and ensure that they are generating enough revenue to subsidize the water that is being used in Bureti. But if we manage to complete this project on time, I think we will save a lot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least,
yes.
Thanks for your concern. You have said that when you give your green light to PSCO water, you will go ahead and consult with the honorable members so that there is a budgetary allocation for subsidy to Tililbe, which initially Tililbe. That is the power bill from Bomet. Do you know that as per the CFSP, there is no single cent allocated to that effect?
Yes.
It is zero.
Yes.
I don't know. We did lobby with the other honorable members from Sub-County of Bureti.
Yes.
And the like-minded chairman of water. So that those subsidies remains in the budget. But the other honorable members, almost 28, almost 22, remain adamant. And they say there is no more subsidies the former Tililbe. I don't know what you can, what else can you do, Chepkwony, so that, because I know Cape Copop now is at around 70% completion. So that 30% can take even 6 months to its completion. So the Bureti, will we stay for 6 months without water?
Maybe chairman for PAC and also the member of this committee. That one, I don't think we will direct the same question to the nominee, basically because actually the main decision lies in this house, that is the county assembly, on issues of budgetary. So I think we have advanced discussion to the same effect. Maybe it was only just for the information of the nominee that those are challenges that are awaiting you to be part of the solutions to the great people of Bureti that are entirely missing water now because of insufficient funds that we had said that wasn't enough for people or the Bomet County to get some money to pay for the electricity. But I think that one now, we might not direct the same question to you so much because we've not even known at this time that you are going to be approved or not. It is still, the decision is still with the members. Maybe this opportunity, I want to give it to our clerks and maybe for the parting shots, and maybe our legal officer, because actually we've taken my time than we expected, maybe before I give it to you. So I want to give to members whether you have anything to say. Our legal counsel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Maybe because she was not on a loudspeaker, she is actually congratulating you for knowing Constitution. You see, that's a lawyer.
Thank you.
Any member who has some parting shots before, maybe I'll want to give the opportunity to the MCA representing Seredu Cheptorori to say a word, because actually he's in attendance and we have two colleagues. If they have something.
Chair, and we just congratulate because he comes from a sub-county, so congrats.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chairman, I want to say thank you, and to the nominee, I wish you all the best. Chairman, the only thing that you forgot to mention when you are taking him through is an engineer. You say engineer, not Mr. That is the only thing that I noticed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Honorable Anne Tanui. Anything? Maybe you introduce yourself.
I'm Anne.
Thank you.
Sasa sisemi chochote, sikusikia chochote.
Asante.
Tambia tu mgeni welcome.
Asante.
Thank you, Amir Kanjuguna. Yangu ni kusema pongezi na kutakia mazuri. Fanye kazi pamoja kwa hii kilicho yetu. Asante.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much. That is Honorable Milka Wangare, representing the minority in Kericho County Assembly from Tendeno Soget. Maybe parting shots?
Yeah. My parting shot is, first of all, I want to humbly and sincerely thank this committee and the entire County Assembly for having me here, giving me this opportunity to come and be vetted. I do promise that given the opportunity, we will work together closely and ensure that we deliver and we do what will benefit the Mwananchi. It's actually you leaders who really know what the people you represent wants. And I can say from the executive arm is us is to facilitate and ensure that it is done in a professional manner. So I really want to say thank you so much, and I also want to give you God's blessings. You be blessed so much, and also your kids and kids be blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being there. No other business. The meeting stands adjourned. We want to wish you well. Relax. I believe actually the committee before you are very objective. They are not malicious. They will do their best and you will get the results. Otherwise, thank you very much. May God bless every one of you. Mungu awabariki sana. Asanteni.
Thank you.
So maybe our senior sergeant, the terms, will show you the way. Otherwise, karibu sana. But actually I'm told kuna lunch, so sergeant